switch. So if the canister is not in properly, your machine, you're gonna have a
switch on.
Yeah, no, it will switch on. You'll have a full canister of beans, but your machine will tell you there's no coffee beans because it's not activating the micro switch.
Yeah.
So what I usually say is when you're putting it in, lean it a little bit to the back, not too much.
Yeah.
So make sure that's in. Once that's in, you're gonna push down
Yeah.
and you're gonna pull. And you're gonna pull. So now always when dispensing coffee, this handle, it needs to be pulled out. So when it's pulled out, what it means is that the canister is open.
Yeah.
So if the handle is closed and if you try and make coffee, it'll make 1 or 2 cups and then they'll tell you no coffee beans.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's saying that is because your canister is closed, there's no beans going to your grinder. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it forward. Now, even on the same thing as well, when you're doing your cleaning, don't forget when you're putting the canisters back, open there, open here. If you don't open it, what happens is if you're trying to make a cappuccino, it'll dispense your coffee. Now remember, like I showed you, inside here there's gears. Now you got products in here, but you got your product closed. So what happens is once you're making your, let's say for example, you're making a cappuccino, it dispenses your coffee. Now it's trying to dispense your milk. On the inside, your gear is turning, so it's pushing.
But it's not coming out.
It's not coming out.
Exactly.
So what happens is it starts clogging, not clogging. It basically compresses the milk into this little nozzle, and then what happens is it breaks your gear on the inside. So always make sure once you're finished cleaning, this handles must always be open. So these two is to be open up that way, and the turns to be pulled back. Any questions? Raj?
And they can say, but what is the maximum for each product and how much?
No, you can fill. This one you can fill. It's got a very strong
Depends on
motor.
your usage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't fill it too much,
Yeah.
and the coffee beans will lie there for 2 or 3 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So what we say, what we always say is, like, as a new customer, new customer for the machine, like the first install, we don't fill the machine. Let the machine run for maybe a week or a couple of days, just to see. Like you're gonna see your guests, how many of your guests is coming to the machine. Then you're gonna be able to work out how many times you're filling the machine.
Exactly.
And then once you say, okay, no, the 1 bag is not enough of coffee beans, put 2 bags.
Like
If you want to put 2 bags in,
this 1 kilo of beans can make 120 cups of coffee. That's it.
Oh yeah.
120 cups of coffee.
So we must store it in a
So if you
container.
want to put,
but if it's sealed like this, is fine.
like one
Keep
kilo,
it in
you
the
put 1
box.
kilo,
Once
it
it's
can
Keep it in
last
the box, yeah,
tomorrow.
once it's open.
Maybe it'll.
Sometimes they use a plastic wrap. That's fine.
Plastic wrap is fine. You can plastic wrap it, but remember when you plastic wrap it, make sure
It's compressed.
it's compressed because you see, this one have it. Yeah. So if you feel, right.
Yeah.
So what this is, all coffee beans has this here. So if you look at this here, it's called a non-return valve.
Non-return valve.
So what this does is it allows you to basically go down and then press, and what this does, it releases all of the oxygen.
all of the oxygen. Yes.
So it releases all of the oxygen. But it doesn't allow oxygen to go in, so it's a one-way valve.
Yeah.
It's basically a one-way valve. It only releases, but it doesn't allow anything to come inside.
Okay.
So basically, like what I said is, you got a half a bag of coffee beans. You're gonna fold it down till you get to above of that non-return valve.
And then you press.
Then you're gonna press it.
Yeah.
You're gonna compress it. Put your rubber band on. Put it in the container. Keep it in there. Your beans will always be fresh. I don't want that number. Okay, now when you're having an issue with the machine, if you need to contact Raj, first things first, we're not saying, okay, Raj, my machine is not working. Come to the machine. Always come to the screen first. First thing you do is come to the screen. See what the screen says. The screen might say blue unit. It might say it'll basically tell you what is wrong with the machine.
Yeah.
If it's something that you can't fix and you need a technician in, take a picture of the screen. Take a picture of the screen. You send it to Raj.
Okay.
Then the serial number for the machine. Now you can either say, but what I would suggest is you see behind here. This will be an easier one. So you see this tag. There's a DDS tag here.
Yeah.
You take a picture of that serial number, you send it through to Raj as well.
Okay.
And then what that also does is it prepares the technician to come through. So it'll either be myself or other technician by the name of Tivan. So it prepares us to know what is wrong with the machine. So if we do need to come with any spares or any parts to replace in the machine, we can come with the parts instead of coming to have a look at the machine. Oh shit, I don't have the spare. So we want to come, we want to fix it the one time, and then we know it's done. So always take a picture of the machine. Always take a picture of the screen. Take a picture of the serial number. Send that through to Raj. Tell Raj what the machine is doing. Then Raj will inform us, and then we'll come through. Any questions? Everybody good? Does everybody understand it? I know it seems a little bit it's a little bit different to that machine, but like with new coffee machines, a lot of people, like when they look at new machines, they always get a little bit, I want to say, scared but nervous. Because now it's a new machine, I don't want to break this, I don't want to do that. But believe me, after a week is even too long. 2 or 3 days doing a clean on this machine, but the third day you do it with the eyes closed.
Yeah.
The first day you'll always have, like Raj will be, anyway, Raj will be with you all tomorrow morning. As the consultant, he will be here tomorrow morning, probably throughout breakfast, just to have just to monitor the machine and to maybe explain and stuff. And he'll also be here for the cleaning process.
Oh.
So Raj will be with you all tomorrow morning for the first cleaning process, and then after that you can do it yourself. But it's easy.
Yeah.
The lady in Marisburg, this morning Raj was there as well. She had no problem. She done the entire cleaning process by herself with no issues, no problem.
Ngizwile lokho.
Not going to do number 4, we're going to do number 8. Yeah, number 8.
Oh.
So when you press number 8, what's the time? Do we have time to do one? Because it takes about 10, 15 minutes. It's really fast. Can I do one quickly? It's going to take about 10 minutes.
No.
Oh, you lost it. You said to me they're serving lunch. Right.
Dinner later.
Okay, right. Now, okay, let's do it then. We got time. Then you see now we're going to press number 8. Now when you press number 8, it's going to say cleaning active. Make sure your bucket is under here. You see it'll spit out just a little bit of water. And if you go to your screen, now, you see what it says there. It says there, put pastel and push P10. So pastel basically is tablet. It's Italian for tablet. Like I said, remember in the beginning I said this is an Italian machine. So pastel is basically Italian for tablet. So all it's saying to you is take one tablet, and this is where you're going to put your tablet. So you see you got this little silver chute here.
Yeah.
All you do is you take your tablet, you place it on the chute. You just place it on the chute and the tablet will drop down into the Pro unit on its own.
Oh, okay.
Right. Then remember, you're going to take your buckets again. You're going to keep your buckets under there. Then you're going to go back to the machine. The machine says to you, once you insert your tablet, you need to press button 10. Right. Then we're going to press now number 10.
So,
Right. We press number 10. And then we say, please wait. See, now it should be saying dissolve.
So that's
Can you see now what it's saying, right? Once you put the tablet
dissolve.
in. So now it's saying tablet dissolve and it's giving you a timer. So basically what the machine is doing now, remember what I said in the beginning, how the coffee is made. The coffee beans gets grounded, it goes into the brew unit, and the brew unit puts pressure on it. So basically what the machine is doing now is doing that exact same process but with the tablet. So what it's doing, it crushes the tablet, it puts a little bit of water in the brew unit, and it allows the tablet to dissolve. So basically this tablet, how it works, like if you think about maybe Corenza C, you know the Corenza C tablets, if you're sick, you put the Corenza C in the cup and you put water in it and it dissolves. So this tablet works the exact same way. So that's exactly what the machine is doing now. So it's basically dissolving the tablet and is letting all of that cleaning detergent sit in the brew unit to clean the brew unit. And then afterwards, you'll see once the timer runs out, it'll start dispensing all of that. It'll start dispensing all of that out. And then it'll rinse it with water. And then what it'll also do is it's going to also rinse your mixing bowls and it's going to also rinse your hot water. So that's a full machine clean once a week. Once a week, it has to be done. If you skip it, it can cause a problem.
yeah.
It can cause problems. So what I would say is don't skip it. do it like us, Raj. Whenever I do training, I always put a lot of emphasis on cleaning. I always put a lot of emphasis on cleaning because that's the most important thing with a coffee machine.
Yeah.
Remember, you want a customer or a guest to come to the hotel. Come to the hotel today, have breakfast at the hotel today, have coffee from the machine today, enjoy the coffee. That's what you want.
Yes.
You want that same guest to come back to the hotel maybe
To
3-4
enjoy.
months down the line, come have the same breakfast
And the
and
same
come
coffee.
have the same coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
When you taste the coffee, you must say, yeah, man, your coffee before was tasting nice, your coffee today is bad.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I put a lot of emphasis on cleaning, because with cleaning, it maintains the quality of your coffee, it maintains the quality of your product.
Yeah.
So you always want your coffee to taste fresh, you always want your hot chocolate to taste fresh, your latte, whatever it is that you make. So make sure the machine is clean every day. Even if you'll maybe do a cleaning register or cleaning roster, you can maybe even make up a cleaning roster and just make sure that it's once the machine is clean, maybe they can sign the roster and then we know that the machine has been clean. If you clean the machine every day, like I said, this machine will last a lifetime. It'll outlive me, believe me.
Yeah.
It'll outlive me and it will work without any problems. If you do have any problems, I know you've got Raj's number. You can contact Raj, and then if there's anything that we need that I need to come through and sort out, I will come through and
I
sort
think that will be the guess because the manager told me that after a year we have to replace that one. But I already put it on my
Yeah.
perennial calendar
Yeah.
just to make
Yeah.
sure that every once a year, exactly.
That's and cappuccino is the same thing, but only you do coffee first and you must
Let's try cappuccino.
Flasha sasa.
Mhm.
Sebesi flasha na.
Tena. Nani?
Mama ayikanobrenda wafana.
Ayawafanga.
Chocolate kodwa amabrenda. Nje amnandi lena lolu lokho oluningi yabona ube right lolu.
Anybody
Even
want a
the
cappuccino?
Cappuccino. Cappuccino.
I did another cup.
Give it a couple.
Nkamulo yakhe lolu.
Just got 2 more to test and then we will start the training and full tasting. And now you're gonna fight now for this one. It's all chocolate. I don't know who's drinking.
And hot chocolate. Mocha. Chocolate, yes.
Chocolate is nice. So chocolate is coffee, hot chocolate, and milk.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, we need to just increase it a little bit.
It's like
more.
taste
We're gonna-
like
I'm gonna put
sauce.
a little bit more water on it, but that's just for tasting, right?
what's his name?
That's it.
You want a latte, right? Ayana, you want to try a latte?
What should I
One second. Right.
But it's not. I don't know. Oh.
says nobody.
Let's try the hot chocolate.
Let's hold now.
Okay, let's make a cappuccino for.
Zizobuya.
Eish. Eish.
Yeah, okay. And you know, like,
bashile bazinika amaphilisi basazobenza i-training basangilanda ifoni.
ungalindi phela ukuthi lize lithole ufike
Eh,
ngizosho ukuthi ukhipha one esitolo nini.
So that's a cappuccino.
Thank you so much.
So we've done it all now. Cappuccino, last one.
Owami uchokochina.
So we're going to do the learn about Zula.
Not just say, no,
Tell us
say,
what you know about Zula.
Mr.
So she's got a picture.
No fire plastic.
Yeah.
Ngumbe ngusini no fire plastic.
Yeah, so this is also, yeah, so your base is
Oh.
your. You don't need sugar in anything.
Bazoshawa ukuthi mase bezolanda wabo sekubona it's afraid.
Yes, I'm great.
So what I've done with all of the cups, I didn't go all the way to the top because we don't want now the guests to come and pick it up and then just spill all over.
Yeah.
So you see most of them like exact same thing I've done in PMB and Durban as well.
Yeah.
We just went a little bit lower in the cup so that the guest can pick up the cup and walk to the table without spilling.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So what I usually always do this.
Thank you so much.
Right, so we're gonna start training now. Let me just do one last thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. That's not a line.
Stop his munch.
It stands for Drinks Dispense Services. So we are contracted to Rajadeb Brew Coffee and we do all of their technical work for them. So all of the coffee machines throughout the country. We do the installation of the machines, we do the servicing of the machines, maintenance, repairs, everything for Brew Coffee. So the machine that we're going to be working on today is called a Laria Grande Pro. So this is an imported machine. This machine is manufactured in Italy. So we import the machine, and then this is the machine that's going into all of the road lodges now across the country. So this machine is pretty much self-explanatory, pretty much the same as that machine.
Okay.
So if you look on the inside of this machine, let's start on the inside. So first things first, you see the second I open the door, what happens to the machine?
Switches off.
The means switches off.
Okay.
So that's just basically a safety mechanism that the machine has in place. So you can't operate the machine with the door open.
Okay.
But if you still want to do your cleaning and stuff, you see hanging here, you got a little orange key. So this is basically your service key. So all this does, if you want to do the cleaning, you take the machine, you stick it in this hole over here, and you turn it either to the right or to the left, and then you see your machine will switch on. So basically what the service key does is basically telling the machine that the door is closed, but the door is not closed.
Okay.
So basically just for the machine to operate. So if you look at the machine, like this machine is doing coffee beans, your powder milk, and your hot chocolate. So like when you see with coffee beans is compared to instant coffee. Coffee beans is always the best to have coffee from, because a coffee bean is always the purest coffee that you can get, other than instant. So with coffee beans, what the farmers do is they grow the beans, they harvest the beans, they roast the beans, then they package the beans and they distribute the beans.
Yeah, they're from Ethiopia.
This is 100% Arabica blend.
Wow.
This is the Arabica blend, yeah. Yeah, this is the Arabica blend, yeah.
Oh,
So like with
yeah.
so like with coffee beans, like I said, there's no preservatives put in it. There's no additional ingredients that put in it. So this is the purest coffee that you can get. Now with instant coffee, it works a little bit different because at the supplier or at the farmers, they do the coffee beans, they grind it there at the farms, and then they put preservatives in it, so obviously to make the lifespan of the shelf life a little bit longer. So it's not the purest form of coffee. Just the interesting fact as well about coffee as well. Coffee beans in the world is the highest trading commodity in the world.
Yeah.
So it's higher than gold, it's higher than platinum, it's higher than diamonds. This is the highest trading commodity in the entire world, is coffee beans. So it's number one in the entire world. So it shows you how much of coffee people in the world drink. So this machine
That's how
is
Ethiopia sustain its economy.
yeah. So this machine, like I said, is a pretty much straightforward, self-explanatory machine. So if you look at the machine, the options that you have: espresso, black coffee, white coffee, cafe latte, cappuccino, hot chocolate, chocochino, which is a mochaccino, and your hot water. So if anybody wants to use the machine, if the guest wants to use the machine, all they do is they come to the machine. If they want an espresso, they're gonna press number 1. If they want a black coffee, they're gonna press number 2, and so on and so forth. So this machine, like what Raj was saying earlier on, it's got Panadol tablets. There's a Panadol tablets. When the machine has a headache, you give it a tablet. I call this Panadol. So you look at it, it looks like Panadol. So you see, this is a cleaning tablet. So what this tablet does, this tablet cleans your brew unit, so where your coffee is made.
Okay.
So I'll show you to you quickly.
How do you tell or how do you know when the machine needs the cleaning?
We'll cover everything. So you see what happens, right? This is how the coffee is made. So you see there's all of this. So this is your bean hopper. So under your bean hopper, you've got a little grinder.
Okay.
So what happens is when you press a selection, a coffee selection, the beans goes into the grinder. So what the grinder does, you can see the grinder. So this is the grinder here. So the beans goes into there. So what that does, that grinds the beans. And from there, it comes into this. So what I'm doing, you don't do.
Yeah.
I'm just opening it up just to show you. Just to show you, so you don't worry about what I'm doing, right? So what happens is, from your bean hopper, from your bean canister, your beans goes into your grinder. Your grinder grinds your beans. It comes into this little orange chute, and from this orange chute, it comes into this. This is what makes it. So this is called your brew unit. So this is what makes your coffee. So what happens is, the coffee from there, it goes into this little gray chute. And from this gray chute, it goes into this little pocket over here.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, this goes up and down. So once the coffee grounds is on the inside, this little part goes all the way up. And this part here compresses your coffee.
Oh yeah.
So it compresses your coffee and it makes a coffee puck. So what a coffee puck is, looks like this.
Yeah.
So this is what your coffee looks like after it's ground. And then what happens is, this puck, it sits in here, and then the water passes through your puck, and it pulls out all of the nutrients and all of the flavors from the coffee, and then it dispenses it into the coffee. So like I said, it's always best to always drink coffee with coffee beans. Like me personally, I drink instant coffee, because I like it. I enjoy it. It's better than the
That's coffee.
And then removing these waste.
So you'll see, let's say your waste basket is full. You see your screen will tell you out of service. It will say out of service, remove coffee grounds.
Oh yeah.
Or even if it doesn't say out of service, it will give you a message. It will say on the message, remove coffee grounds. Once it says remove coffee grounds, don't think your machine is broken. All you're gonna do is you're gonna open your door to the machine. So this sits here. It sits under here. You see it slides in. All you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it out. You're gonna take this, you're gonna throw it in the bin, and then clean it, and you're gonna print it. So Raj was even saying yesterday, so this interesting fact, a lot of people use this for gardening. So if you begin to gardening plants, flowers, vegetables, fruits, this is very, very good for gardening. So it works as a compost. It how can I put it? It actually speeds up the process of planting.
Yeah.
So it works. This, in my opinion, it works actually even better than manure.
Oh yeah.
Ladies as well, they also use this as well on their face. On their face, yeah. So they take this, they put it on their face as a mask, and I'm serious. You laugh? I'm serious. I'm serious. They take this, they put it in the face, they use it as a face mask, and it removes all of the pimples, all of the blemishes, and all of that from your face. So even if you go into Dis-Chem or Clicks, and if you pick up any face masks and stuff, read the ingredients. You'll see in the ingredients, majority of them has coffee. Majority of them has coffee in it. So like I said, if you see the message on the screen says they remove coffee grounds or out of service, remove coffee grounds, it's just the basket. So you take out the basket, you empty it, you clean it, you put it back. Right.
I'm selling each pot for friend.
Sa'yo lahat ng James Ted.
Housekeeping law ya au kabuana mutotanga baninga
Okay. Ako siya.
nganje
Okay. So now, next thing we're gonna move on to is cleaning the machine. This is the most important part of the machine. So when it comes to coffee machines, especially like these fully automatic machines, if you don't clean the machine will give you a problem. Believe me, it will give you a problem. It won't even be a week that the machine is here, and the machine will start giving you issues. So this coffee machine, what I suggest is with the tablets, we do the tablet clean once a week, but every day we do a clean after breakfast. So the clean we're gonna do after breakfast is, okay, before we start the cleaning, you got your door open, you see these little flaps. You close the flaps, so no product falls out. Then you can remove your canisters.
Gently.
Right, you remove your canisters, your canister will come out. Right. Then all you do is you see this little mixing bowl. You see on the bottom here, okay, let's use this one here. So you see on the bottom here, it has a little orange flap. All you're gonna do is you're gonna put your finger on there, you're gonna push to the left. Push it hard to the left, it'll unclip. Right? Then you see your pipe runs here. Then all you're gonna do is you're gonna remove your pipe unclips, and you're gonna pull this whole thing out. This whole thing comes out. Right, this whole thing comes out.
Okay.
This also comes out as well. And this also comes out as well. And this also comes out as well. So this is your extractor fan. So what this does, this machine also it has an extractor fan. So what it does, it pulls out all of the moisture from the mixing bowl. So you see what happens a lot of times with coffee machines, with instant coffee machines, you may have had the same problem on that machine. Your milk starts clogging. Correct. Or your hot chocolate starts clogging. And then you see that after a while your machine doesn't dispense and then your milk starts overflowing from the mixing bowl and stuff. So what this machine has, it actually has the extractor fan. So what the extractor fan does is after you make your selection, your coffee or your cappuccino, and once it's done mixing in the mixing bowls, the extractor fan runs throughout the entire process. And then after your product is dispensed, your extractor fan still runs a little bit for a couple of seconds. So it pulls out all of the moisture from your mixing bowl. So should any product fall in the mixing bowl, it's not going to get stuck in there and it's not going to clog. I'm not going to say that you won't get clogs. With this machine, there is a possibility that you can still get a clog, but it'll be very rare. But if the machine does clog, like I said, all you do is you're going to remove your mixing bowl, you're going to put it in warm soapy water, you're going to wash it with a clean cloth, you're going to take it out, you're going to dry it, and you're going to put it back. So now to put it back, that goes first, that's always face up. So you slide that in first. Yeah, so you take this, you slide it in first with that facing up, you slide that in first, all the way in. Right, then you take this gray piece, you put it back on top here. So it just sits on top of that. So it just sits on top of here. And it just sits on top of there, and then when you put it back, you see this gray piece and you see that pipe.
Yes.
Yeah, so that gray piece goes in a pipe because that's where your water comes from into your mixing bowl. So that gray piece, it must go all the way in. Push it all the way in. Push it all the way in. Make sure the top is in all the way, and then all you're gonna do is that same flap that you used to open, you're gonna push it the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then
Does that panel clean those nozzles and stuff?
it cleans your brew units. We're gonna move to that now. Yeah, we're gonna move to that now. Right, so the cleaning that I'm showing you now, what I suggest you'll do it every day after breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Every day after breakfast, because I know y'all are very busy with breakfast. You might have 60, 70 guests, or maybe even 100 guests coming to use the machine, for example. And then afterwards, you'll see, like on here, you see that your coffee will start getting stuck after every breakfast. So you're going to have to take this out, take a dry cloth, not a wet cloth. Take a dry cloth, clean your nozzle here.
Okay.
Take out your mixing bowls, soak your mixing bowls, clean your mixing bowls. Then once a week, or I'll say once a week when you're doing your tablet clean, what you're gonna also have to do is you're gonna have to remove your products from your canisters.
Oh yeah.
Remove your products from your canisters. So you take out your canister, like I said, you always close it, you take your lid off, you put it in a dry, clean container. The container mustn't be wet, not even a little bit of wetness. It must be a completely dry container. You take all of your product out, you put it in a container. You take a damp cloth or a soapy cloth, not a wet cloth, a damp cloth, you wipe the inside. But like I said again, only put it back once it's dry. We don't want any water in here because what happens is it starts clogging your milk and then it starts breaking the skia on the inside. So it must be dry when it comes back. So even if you take a dry cloth, a dry cloth that has a little bit of water in it, you take it, you wipe the inside. Then also as well, you remove your beans from your bean hopper because what happens with coffee beans releases oils.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you see that you don't clean your bean hopper. You'll see after a month or 2 or 3 months, you come to the machine, this entire thing will be yellow. So that's all of the oil that sticks on the side. So once a month when you're doing your tablet clean, once a week when you're doing your tablet clean, you're gonna remove your canisters and also do a clean as well, right? So that's that. Is there any questions so far? Is everybody all right so far?
Oh, the milk goes in the end. Are you not putting it the right way?
Hey,
Yes.
Oh,
See what I just did that. See.
that happens. No, I did it so that they can see how easy it is to
Wait. See inside there?
it says chocolate.
It says hot chocolate.
Yeah.
It's a silver thing there.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I did it so that you can see how easy it is.
It happens. So you all be
You're
careful
busy and
as
all of a sudden
well.
your mind and you put it up. First check.
Right. So now when you're doing cleaning on this machine, you'll come to the machine. Okay, let me leave that open. So your machine will be closed, right? Then all you're going to do is you're going to unlock your machine, you're going to open your door. Once you open your door, okay, it'll be like this. Then you see your machine will be switched off.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to take your service key.
Yeah.
You're going to put your service key in here. You're going to turn it either to the right or to the left to activate the machine. Then you see your machine will come back on.
Oh yeah.
Right. Then you're going to make sure you got a bucket. Let's remove this. Make sure you have a bucket. Always have a bucket under your nozzles. Right? Then, let me come this way. Did you see this little orange button here in the back?
Yeah, bro.
So what you're going to do is you're going to press and hold this button down for about 2 to 3 seconds and you'll hear the machine beeping. So we're going to hold it down.
2 to 3 seconds.
You heard that beep. Then you see, you come to the screen. You see on the screen it says here, you're not going to worry about programming. You're not going to worry about data, maintenance, test vendor, nothing. The only thing you're going to press on the machine when you're doing cleaning is you're going to come to the machine. You see, it says number 4 clean.
Yeah.
You're going to come, you're going to press number 4. Right? And then it's going to show you all of different types of cleans that you can do. So also you can rinse the brew unit. You can rinse your mixing bowls. That number 4 you don't need to worry about because the water you don't really need to rinse it. And number 8 is a full clean on the machine.
Oh yeah.
So every day when you take out your mixing bowls, you're gonna come to the machine, go into cleaning, you're gonna rinse your mixing bowls. So you're gonna get your bucket, you're gonna put your bucket under here. And then you see it says here, okay, I can't. It says here, number 2, it says mixer 1. Number 3, it says mixer 2.
Yeah.
So all you're going to do is you're going to press number 2. Press number 2 one time. Then it says cleaning 1. Then what it'll do it now, it's rinsing your mixing bowl. So it doesn't dispense any product. So all it's doing is cleaning your mixing bowl with water. Right. And then once you do that one, you go to the next one. The next one says mixer 2, number 3. We're going to click on number 3. Then you see it's going to rinse this one now. Yeah, it's simple. It's very simple. This machine does everything. So this is what you're going to be doing every day.
Yeah.
So now the once a week, like I said, with the once a week, you're going to be removing your canisters. You're going to be cleaning your canisters. You're going to put the panado. Now let's do that one. I won't do a full clean because we're running short on time.